Dear friends, I'm extremely delighted to talk to you all through this wonderful medium. Alternate Media has organized for all of us. Alternate Media Conference happening in Constitution Club of our country. Chief guest being our Honorable Minister Kiran Rijiju and a host of other dignitaries have assembled in Delhi to talk about very important themes that is applicable to all of us in our daily lives. Bharat, our country we are living in, has always been a country that is united by the shared culture that we have. It could be a large land area with a myriad of differences that might technically keep us away, like the food habits or the individual personal habits that different parts of Bharat might have. But our spiritual practices and our shared culture have always united us. And there are some myths that have been propagated in Bharat over the last 250-300 years. And many of the myths, as the history is taking its own time, traveling through the crevices of time, many of the myths are getting busted itself. One of the enduring myths that is still having some sort of relevance in our country is the north-south divide. The parts of Bharat above Vindhyas are different and the parts of Bharat below Vindhyas are different. And this myth is propagated by different historians. The Marxist, Leninist historians, the left liberal historians, and many other historians who come from different parts of the world as well. Though there are many attempts and many successful attempts to keep busting these myths, but somehow still traces of these myths remain. One of the important myths in the north-south divide is the Aryan-Dravidian divide. Aryans are different, Dravidians are different. They owe their existence to different parts of time and people are very unique. There is no cultural practice. The great Ambedkar, Baba Sahib Ambedkar himself said, the correct place where the Aryan-Dravidian theory should exist is in the dustbin. And there are many a times, even with our genome data, where it keeps disproving that there is no division, no separatism. Aryan-Dravidian separation is just a myth. But still political parties keep using this theory for their own personal benefit. And British use this as a major tool to say, Bharat is not united. It is them you are uniting us for an administrative purpose. That is why some of the political parties, mainly by DMK and some other parties down south, they still consider India as a union of states. We all have joined together only for administrative convenience, not as different parts of Bharat coming together by a shared sense of history and culture. So I'm sure the Alternate Media Conference happening for 2 days in Delhi would take a lot of time to deliberate and put many of things, including this, in the correct historical perspective. And many friends just don't know, or maybe even if they don't know, they don't want to acknowledge how Bharat as a country was united always not only by our shared culture, but also by a common belief system. Yatris were always crisscrossing Bharat, south to north, east to west, and different parts. The jatras that was happening, where people, even without knowing the language of the other parts of Bharat, still they were traveling freely, independently to visit all the holy shrines. Recently, the eminent historian Vikram Sampath was making this argument. When kings after kings were making an attempt to unite our country, the sultans and the Mughals were making a disastrous attempt to come plunder our religious place, not only for the money reasons, which the left liberal historians keep writing. They never came for our cows. They never came for our gold. They wanted to trample on our religious practice. That is why Somnath was plundered. That is why the great Kashi Vishwanath temple was plundered. They wanted to raise it to the ground. They wanted our Shiv Lingas to be destroyed, powdered, taken to some of the mosques. And that powder is supposed to be used as a place where people can climb up to the top of the mosque. And very eminently has brought out 2-3 facets. With a lot of fascination, I was listening to him just a few weeks back. When 1279 AD, when anybody going to Varanasi to worship Vishwanathan got there, people have to pay a jizya tax imposed by the Mughals. The great Hoysala king Narasimha III has donated one particular village which was earning about 645 nisikas. These nisikas means 11.5 gram of gold. This money is supposed to pay the jizya tax of people going to Kashi Vishwanath temple from parts of Karnataka, parts of Telangana, Talvi area, the parts of Tulu land which is in the current Karnataka, Tirhut land, parts of Bihar, and the Gauda land, parts of Bengal. A king sitting in Karnataka, Hoysala king Narasimha III, decides to pay the jizya tax for all the people from different parts of India just because they should not get stopped from worshipping Kashi Vishwanathan simply because they couldn't pay the jizya amount. In the early part of 13th century, the prime minister of a province in the present-day Gujarat, Seth Vastupal, has donated 1 lakh rupees exactly for the same dharma, that people should not be stopped from worshipping their God just by paying jizya tax. I'm talking of 700, 800 years back. Somebody sitting in different part of India wanted everybody to have the right to worship their God in a part of our Bharat. When I'm going one step further to talk about Tamil king Adivira Pandian, who wanted to bring Kashi down south, the present Tenkasi, if anybody is having the opportunity to come down to south of Tamil Nadu, the great Tenkasi Vishwanatha temple, it was built by a king because he felt he should have the opportunity and his people to worship Kashi Vishwanatha on a daily basis. So he built it. The administrative headquarters, the district name is Tenkasi. We have Shivakasi, we have Tenkasi, we have Avinashi. All those places resembling Kashi's name is kept in different parts of Tamil Nadu. And Shivakasi, we all know, where more than 80% of India's crackers and matchsticks are produced there. But still, the East India Company, the British historians, they tried their very best to always show India is not united. Bharat is always a disparate group of regions with no connection to each other. After independence, a lot of political leaders, a lot of historians wanted to take this further. And they moved beyond Aryan Dravidian theory. They went into Hindi imposition. Tamil Nadu, we all know the 1965 agitation, and which took a political turn whereby the Congress as a national party was wiped out in the 1967 election, that it is DMK, which came to power. They always used this ruse that Hindi is trying to get imposed inside Tamil Nadu, so the culture is under threat. This will be one of the rules. Even when no Hindi imposition happens, even when people voluntarily want to learn a third language or Hindi for their own benefit, where the medium of instruction in school is still going to be our mother tongue Tamil, still political parties want to rake up this issue one or the other. Currently, we are seeing some of the political parties in South India raising up the issue of delimitation, where South will lose in India's political evolution and North will get more MP seats. So they will keep finding one or the other tools to always tell us that South is different from North. So it is the duty of people like us, the duty of all the eminent people who have gathered here, especially in this wonderful forum, the Alternate Media Conference, to keep busting this myth and to put things in the right historical perspective, to keep telling others that Bharat was always a united country. It will continue to be a united country because we have a shared culture. And all of us have this common belief. The coming era, the next 100, 200 years is going to be the era of Bharat. And now Bharat is going to give a lot of our best practices to the globe. When across the world, people wanted to learn from our Bharat, starting from our yogic practice, to our Ayurveda, to our Siddha, to our food habits, to the lifestyles of Jain community, lifestyles of other community, inner peace, devotion. So these are the things I personally believe the world needs to heal itself, to move ahead. When our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji talks about this is the era of peace, not of war, which means peace doesn't just come like that. And Modi ji keeps telling, peace comes from multiple things. The way we see the world right now, we are caught up in a prism of GDP, we are caught up in a prism of seeing the world only in terms of resources. Our PM Narendra Modi ji wants us to move beyond it. Beyond it. A yogic practice, a good lifestyle, which he calls life. These are things only Bharat can give it to the world. I'm sure this media conference would deliberate a lot of things, including busting some of the myths and including talking about what Bharat can give to the world. With this, I thank the organizers, especially Kishore ji and Gayatri Devi ji, for organizing this wonderful conference and bringing people from different parts of Bharat together. It is only my misfortune that I was eagerly looking forward to be present at this event in person. I couldn't come. For that, I express my sincere apologies, and the next available opportunity, I would be very gladly coming there to learn from you and to share my thoughts as well. So thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to present myself through this video conference media. I wish this conference all success and great learning for all the participants who have come. Vanakkam, Namaste, Jai Hind.